Okay, guys, so we've done a lot on this box already. I've gone over how to make a nice seam. We've made our little thing to hold up my drawer. I've made my drawer for it. I've still got it open on the top. So now I could take one of my slabs that's left over, and they're like perfect right now because they're leather hard. Like I can hold it and it doesn't fall at all, but I can still cut it. So I could make, a top out of something like that, and I could trace it and then cut it using my ruler and have a flat top on there. But today I want to think a little bit about how to jazz this thing up. Okay, um, what can I do to make it a little bit more exciting? Um, One thing that I could do is I could start thinking about, like what happens on these different sides. Right now, it's all sort of the same. Even my drawer, I can open it this way, but I haven't done anything to create a pull. So those of you who are in class, remember we've got some of these stamps that are just sitting there waiting for you to use them. So I'd want to take some soft clay and I'd want to press down into those stamps and sort of push the clay down into those spaces. And almost immediately on this one, because it's so thin, I could pick it up. And what I do to do that is I take a needle tool, I kind of push in on the side and lift. And now I've got this little hand that I could use my X-Acto knife to trim around. Actually, I'm using my needle tool right now, but I probably should be using something sharper than the needle tool. And I could let that little hand dry out a little bit, but then I could take a little piece of clay like that, a little bit of slip, and I could attach that hand to that and slip that onto there so that it stands out a little bit so that when I grab it, my fingers can get around it. And even just a little detail like that starts to jazz the whole thing up. But one thing I like to do and encourage people to do is to think about all these scrap pieces that we've got. Like, what if instead of doing a flat top, what if I decided that I was going to slip this all up and slip this piece up and attach a piece that's clearly not the perfect shape? Now I've got some like wings going on the side. And I've also got this piece that's already got like a little bit of some textures on there. So maybe I add some more texture to that, and I would take more time, like now I'm starting to get some height to my box as well. It's not just sitting there. I've got these other pieces that were left over that I could play with, so I could start to like create things that look like towers or add to the sides. Let's use a little slip to make that one stay a little bit better. Maybe if I cut it too. So I can really start getting some sort of like funny, fun things happening in here. And maybe I'm not just using those shapes, but that I'm starting to like add some. But now I've got something that I really want to look at. And in addition to that, earlier today, got out one of these more complicated molds for those people who are in class. See if I can get this guy to come out. He's going to fight me. Don't fight me. Don't fight me. Let's see. Oh, he's starting. This part that doesn't want to come. Let's see if I get lucky if I just kind of muscle it. My needle tool underneath there. Oh, shoot. There. Oh, well, he's looking a little worse for wear. But, I could combine some of, like, it's Mr. Gingerbread's box. Stop. Don't take the So think about the things that you got left over. Think about things that you can add. And how do you get that box from being something boring to something that people want to look at? All right. Stop the recording. Have fun with your boxes. When you bring them into school, treat them with the utmost care, because the worst thing possible would be for you to like start, this thing, get something that you like, and then break it on the way into school. All right. Have a great weekend, guys.